Hi, my name is Thaiza. I did my surgery 17 months ago. I was weighing 226 pounds before my surgery. I am now at 168 pounds with a 24 BMI. If you want to know my journey, please stay tuned.
Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Gabriel Gutierrez, medical surgeon, diploma in nutrition, and Nubarics Bariatric Group founder. Today, I am very happy because one of our good patients has accepted an interview. And for you that are watching this video, it's very important that you also have some feedback, not only from your doctor, but also from successful patients. You may hear a lot of people that patients that are not succeeding, but you also need to know about good patients. So Thaiza had surgery 17 months ago, and she has gone already to her ideal weight range. She's a workaholic, like many of you, and I welcome you, Thaiza, and I thank you for this interview, this opportunity of speaking to me and to future patients as well. So Thaiza, welcome and thank you. Tell me.
Thank you.
Was your surgery 17 months ago?
Correct, 17 months ago.
And how much weight have you lost?
I lost over 40 pounds.
Over 40 pounds. Okay,
yeah.
Great. So, okay, any regrets?
Absolutely not, none.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you, Thaiza. And I remember when you had surgery, as we speak, I noticed that you are always having a very busy schedule. And I thought that you were going to lose weight, but not this easy. And after surgery, I noticed your commitment and you stick to the plan very well. So that's why I ask you for this interview. Every patient has different challenges, different backgrounds, and different environments waiting for them at home when they return to surgery. But I would like you to share with us how did you made it. So I have a couple of questions for you. And the first one is, I know that when I did your medical questionnaire, I know that you were slim in the past. Some patients were slim in the past, some patients were never slim. But in your case, you were slim in the past. Please tell us what happened. How did you gain weight after being in shape in your ideal weight range? What happened, Thaiza?
America happened.
America.
America happened. Well, I think the life change. The culture here is very different. Back home, I'm from Brazil, as you know. So back home, we cook our own food. My mom, since I grew up, always made all of our meals. We barely ever, maybe once every 3 or 4 months, we would go out to a restaurant to eat. But most of our food was home cooked and, natural food. Once I got here, exactly, the busy schedule and the convenience of living in America, it was, I guess, was too much for me, where I was eating out almost every day, and it's McDonald's and Burger King, and it's all that easy stuff that's very accessible to you. Did not help much, and I didn't care much at that point until I saw that I was growing and growing, unstoppably growing. The second portion of my weight I gained once I had my son. So once I got pregnant and I had my first kid, then everything went to, sorry, excuse me the word, but it went to hell. So it was very bad at that point to control. And no matter how much diet I did, which I did a lot of dieting, I tried smoothies, I tried pills, I tried everything, and at that point, nothing resolved.
Well, and it was very, very smart on your part, considering weight loss surgery. But as you now know, I told you before, it is effective. And you are confirming it as well. So yes, that now that if you are here watching this video, that happens. We live in an obesogenic environment. That's how I call it. because everything is in place for us to gain weight. But then, Thaiza, so what was your initial weight before surgery and what's the weight you have today?
I was 226 pounds before surgery. And right now I am 168 in the morning and 172, 72. I'm very in between that. 170, 172 in the night before I go to sleep.
Great. Now you should know that Thaiza is a very tall woman. So how tall
I am.
are you? 5'9",
5'9.5". Yeah.
So those 160 pounds in a person whose height is 5'9" are very good. Okay. So Thaiza, second question. You were slim and then you were carrying obesity. Do you think that carrying obesity affects someone's life? I mean, socially, emotionally, or in their workplace? What was your experience, you living slim and living with obesity?
It definitely affects, I think affects every aspect of our lives. Physically, I wasn't able to do most of the stuff that I like to do. I could barely walk. I had pains on my back, pains on my legs. My feet could not support the weight that I was carrying. So it was always very painful for me. The emotional is also like, it's horrible. You asked me for an before and after. I don't have pictures from the time I was fat because I was too ashamed. I didn't want to look in the mirror. That's how bad it was. I literally avoided all cameras, all pictures, all videos. I was always the one taking the pictures, always the one making the videos of my son, my husband, of my family, but I was never in it because I just didn't like the way I look. And at some point, it actually affected me so much that I was depressed. I went into depression because of the way I look, because I'm a very proud person and I'm very vain. So looking at myself and not being able to look at myself, it was very hard for me. And I felt the difference around me as well. The way people look at you, it changes a lot. The way people perceive you when you are carrying a lot of weight, when you are overweight, is very different from when you are at your best self. So there's a lot of components that made me, think about and choose to do the surgery. But I think the emotional one is the worst, and being feeling the way people treat you before when you're lean and when you're fat, it's also it's depressing. It affects you emotionally, affects you mentally. It's not easy. It's very difficult.
Yeah, and I believe that we shouldn't be treated as we look. We shouldn't be treated as because of our weight differently, but unfortunately we are. Now, I know that you are a very productive person. Most of our patients are very productive. Now, carrying overweight, did this affect your job or your productivity? Were you tired being productive compared to now?
Absolutely, it affects. Yes, it does. I don't even think, doctor, that the main issue is my productivity, but it was how I was received on my workplace. Like after I had my surgery, I got promoted twice. I think my work, the way I do my work is exactly the same. I don't feel like anything has changed the way I do my work, because my work is not physical work. It's not something that I have to be, walking around, don't do anything. It's mainly I'm sitting on a desk and I'm managing a department. That's what it is. So the way I did my work did not change much, but the way people perceive me and the way I grew after my surgery, it's there. I don't think people treat you differently on purpose. I think they subconsciously, we have that bias And we want to be around people who look good. I think that's natural, it's normal. And we have this perception from the time when we grew up that, you know, we made fun of fat people. Like in school, the little kids were fat, people make fun of it. So it's something that always has been on our, as a human, it always has been on the back of your mind. So even if people don't want to treat you differently, they are raised to do that. And subconsciously, that it happens. It really does happen. Like physically, what I can say is that I'm able to walk now without feeling the pain. Of course, I'm able to be more productive, more at home with my kid than actually at work, because now I can play around with him. I can take him to the park. I can walk with him. We can ride a bike together. That has changed, of course. I couldn't do any of that before. So
how long did you have to wait for all of these aches to start improving?
I actually changed. It changed. It was really, the change was really fast. I think after my surgery, 2 or 3 months later, I was completely different. I was a different person. It wasn't me anymore. I mean, it wasn't the old me anymore. I was completely different at that point. I at some point I actually felt upset, and because when we talk, I told you like, oh, I'm stuck. I'm not losing any more weight, and I got little bit desperate at that point because I didn't see the scale dropping anymore, and I'm like, oh God, what is gonna happen? So, but once we talked to me and you told me the instructions, you told me what to change, you told me what to do, and the scale went back again. Oh my God, it was drastic. It was very fast change.
Yeah, and that is very important. Keep in touch with your doctor, because sometimes we have some coaching, some suggestions for you. And hitting plateaus is normal. Sometimes we like it because that is how metabolism adapts to new weight. So it wouldn't be safe, it wouldn't be healthy if patients lose all their weight in one, how do I say it, without stalls. That's we like it like that. It's part of the process. And well, congratulations again. It's not only about weight, but it's also about getting rid of all of those aches that come along with being overweight and carrying obesity. Now, Thaiza, I have a question. Yeah. Sometimes patients are challenged by their schedule, but of my patients, our patients, you are one of our busiest patients. You are a mother, loving wife. I know Bernard, my friend Bernard, your husband. I know that you are very a super mom, super wife. Also, you've been promoted twice since you had your surgery. That means that you're a hyper productive person. How do you keep your diet? How are you able to do it, or how do you prioritize? Because this is the most people challenge. We have the evidence with you that a very busy, productive patient can make it, can do it. You were able to do it. Now, how do you do it with all that busy schedule?
I understand that might be difficult adhering to the instructions, to the meal plans and all that kind of stuff. But being 100% honest with you is actually very easy. And I'm not saying that to impact anybody and say, she's saying that it is actually easy now for me, because now I can prepare my meal at night. I prepare the dinner. And because I don't eat as much, half of my plate is my meal for the next day. So it's actually very easy for me to maintain now, a lot easier now than was before. Because before I used to had to prepare enough food for 4 or 5 people, because I was eating for 5. Now, one plate, I can literally divide my plate. I prepare all my meals. We have dinner every night. We don't buy food outside. We don't eat at restaurants very often. Even when, and the reason why we don't do is because I get frustrated. I'm like, that was the point. I see all that food and I can't eat something half of that. So it's easier for me to prepare my food at home. So I make my meals, and what I do is that I have little containers. I meal prep. So I prepare my meals for the following day. It's still fresh. It's good. I know what's in it. I prepare it myself. I know that's no sugar, no conservative, no preservatives, nothing like that. So it's the surgery and the fact that my stomach is very reduced. Actually, even that make my life easier, because now I don't have to prepare a whole lot of food. I can prepare one meal, and my meal is divided in 2 or 3 sometimes, depends on what it is. And the fact that I eat so small, so little now, I take that meal to work, and that's my breakfast, it's my snack, and it's also my lunch. So easy.
That explains a lot. That explains a lot, because we are always, Damaris, our nutritionist, and I, we are always asking or suggesting patients to cook their meals. They have more nutritional value. We are against ultra processed foods, and we always have also observed that patients who cook for themselves have better results. So I need to congratulate you on that, and also for being this good example. Now that I'm looking at listening to you speaking, another question came to my mind that it was not planned. Some patients have, or future patients are not scared, but concerned about aging or looking old after surgery. And I'm looking at your skin, I'm looking at you. If I couldn't believe that you were carrying more weight 1 year ago. Have you had any comments that you look older, that you don't look good after losing weight?
No, the opposite. Once I went back to work and I start losing the weight, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, what's happening? You look amazing. What are you doing?" So no, all I had was actually very, very good feedback from my husband, from my family back in Brazil. My mom saw me the other day, and she's like, what's happening with you? I mean, you're doing the opposite. Instead of aging, you're looking younger. No, I think that carrying weight, it's not good. I mean, I don't have to say that's not good for anybody. Everybody knows that carrying that much weight is not good. But what I'm trying to say is that when you lose the weight and you feel good about yourself, it's transparent. It comes from within, and you show it. And my skin is perfectly fine. I don't feel any difference on my skin. I think actually got better. It's easier to hydrate, and it's not so anything. Like I mean, at least I think I don't. Hopefully you don't. So I only had very good feedback, doctor. Very, very, very good feedback. I haven't had a single bad feedback from the time I lost my weight to now. I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud of looking in the mirror. I love the mirror now. I'm in love with myself. And perfect. So no, I changed. One thing that I wanted to say is that like even the little stuff that has changed for me. For example, I'm able to walk in my high heels. All of that makes you, it's your self-esteem. It's incredible. It's a very, very amazing feeling. So yeah, no, I thank you for doing what you did for me. I really appreciate.
Well, we always say we give our 100%, and if patients do their 100%, we have the best results. Now that you mentioned about heels, yes, so other patients have also shared with us that are able to use heels for longer. Now that we are talking about this, you have also shared with me some non-scale victories. See, sometimes patients are only focused on the scale, on losing weight, without noticing that some other aches are disappearing or improving. So will you please share with this audience those non-scale victories that you have experienced?
Absolutely. So apart from being able to wear all my heels now, which I love and makes me feel amazing, I also can, I was, so it's a quick thing. I was on a trip with my husband and my son, and he was driving, and I just crossed my legs, right? Like it's a natural thing, it's a normal thing. That's no big deal. But then I realized that I wasn't able to do that before my surgery. I wasn't able to cross my legs. And literally, I'm talking to you, and I love crossing my legs so much that I'm literally talking to you, and I have my legs crossed. I have my legs crossed at all times. It makes me feel like my posture is better because of that. So I always do that. And I wasn't able to do that before. So for me, that was a tiny, such a small victory, but it was enormous for me. It was something that if I tell most people, they're like, yeah, you just cross your legs. But for me, the fact that I wasn't able to do before and now I am able to do it, it's an enormous victory. I can play with my son. I can walk. I can wear my heels. I can wear the clothes that I couldn't wear before. Like clothes that I wore before I had my son, I actually can wear now. Clothes that I wore before when I was back in Brazil, sorry, old clothes, but it's still I couldn't wear because it didn't fit me. I can wear now. Like putting those clothes on myself now, that is, it's amazing for me. And my husband looked the other day and I put some shorts on. I was always embarrassed of wearing shorts. I could never put shorts on because I felt very, my self-esteem was very low and I felt very self-conscious about it. But now I put it on and he's like, you wore those in Brazil when we were still dating. And I'm like, yes, I am. So I'm wearing the same shorts and I'm okay with that. I can walk around. I'm not embarrassed at all. So all of that is this small stuff, but it makes a difference. And the fact that you look at the scale is just common sense. Like you look in your scale and you see that you ate and you're not overweight and you're not feeling, and you know, it's small victories that actually makes you motivated more to do and to continue to do what you're supposed to do and what you're supposed to be following, and to continue the instructions and continue your meal preps and continue to eat a healthier food, having a healthier lifestyle. All these little small victories, every time I want to eat a crappy burger and I think about it, I was like, is that worth it? Nah, it's not worth it. I like the way I look now. So I want to keep it that way.
Well, the good part is that if you are putting an effort in something, but it's going to bring results, that's good. That's good. Now, Thaiza, well, thank you very much. And to finish this interview, I will ask you to share your 3 best suggestions to other patients and to future patients as well. What will you say for someone considering surgery or just having surgery, your 3 best suggestions, those that contributed to your success after surgery, which will they be? Your 3 best.
The first one, and I think the most important one, is follow the instructions from your doctor. Listen to it, because he knows what he's telling you for sure. It's very important, and anytime I fail to listen to you, Dr. Gutierrez, I regret it. So that's my first and most important advice. And I'm not saying that because I'm in front of you. I'm saying that because it's true. Follow the instructions, follow the meal plan, follow the nutrition facts, follow that, because that will help, and it does help a lot. The second thing,
wait, before you go to the second one, and hopefully you don't forget.
Go for it.
But that is the best thing to do. If you stall, if you notice that you're doing something not good, trust your doctor and call him, send him a text. We can help. And if you don't do it, you will stall for longer, or you may even regain weight. So we are here for you after surgery. Now, thank you for bringing that up, Thaiza, and let's go with number two.
Number two is there is one thing on the instructions. It's actually part of the instructions, but there was one thing on the instructions that for me, it was very important. And I noticed the difference immediately. Do not drink soda. Stay away from soda. It's tasty, yes, it's good, but don't do it. Don't do it, because I see the difference. And drinking and eating and drinking at the same time, you can feel it. Your stomach literally tells you, hey, you overcapacitating me. It's not enough space in here for this. So don't drink after you eat the same way the instruction says, and don't drink soda, because I tried. I promise you, I'm not as good as he's saying. I did try, and I felt the difference immediately. Like 1 week of drinking soda, I immediately, my weight went up. So, and I knew exactly what it was. And as soon as I cut it, it went back down. So that's my second one.
And before you go to your third one, because you are amazing, you're bringing so much information. This question about soda, this subject about carbonated drinks. Some patients they ask, is it forbidden after surgery? Will I not be able to drink soda anymore in my life? And the thing is that you can, but it's not smart. So if you cannot quit soda or carbonated drinks or sugar liquids, that talks about some attachment or even addiction to carbohydrates. Sodas are carbonated drinks, and sugar drinks are part of the problem. So if you don't want to repeat your story, then you have to quit those habits and foods that made you gain weight at the beginning and in the first place. So very nice that you brought this subject, Thaiza, and thank you for sharing. And you noticed that it was not good. You avoided these drinks and you start losing weight again. That's good. So number one is follow instruction. Number two is sodas. Great. And then number three?
Number three, I got to divide number three in two, if you don't mind. Number three, of course, exercise. You have to exercise. You have to. You don't have to overdo, but a little bit walking and doing some cardio exercise does help a lot. But what I really, really think that the third one would be is remember where you were, remember where you are, and remember where you want to be. So every time, and that's what helped me a lot. Anytime I wanted to misbehave or eat or drink or do something that I wasn't supposed to, I looked at myself. I'm like, okay, this is how I look. This is how I looked before. And this is my goal. I reached my goal. Why am I going to do everything wrong to go back to the point where I didn't want to be? I did this surgery for a reason. I did this surgery because I want to be the way I am right now. I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to be overweight. I don't want to go back to not being able to look at myself in the mirror. I don't want to go back to being scared of stepping on a scale because I know it's not going to be good. So remember where you were before. Remember how you were before. Remember where you are, how much weight you lost, what is your progress, and remember that you have a goal. And I think that's the most important thing.
Well, yes, thank you very much. Then I am very, very thankful, and I believe that people watching this interview are as well. So I don't think that you will gain weight. I remember in one of our post-op conversations, you told me, doctor, everything's going very well, but the only problem that I have is that I still feel full soon with less food. And I mentioned that, yes, it is a permanent surgery, and that is what is going to keep you from gaining weight if you control everything that you just mentioned. Well, you have a very good prognosis, Thaiza. This is what happens when a good patient meets a good group. We can expect the best results.
So one more thing I want to say, doctor, is that I really want to, I know you thank me, but I want to thank you because I work on a medical field. I work with a multitude of doctors. I work for UCLA, as you know, and I have never seen a doctor more committed to the patients than you are. When it comes to communication being accessible, I know I'm not the best of the patients, but you made it happen. You follow up with me and you continue to follow up with me 17 months later. You didn't have to do that. I'm not paying you anymore. I paid you once. That was it for the surgery, but you continue to follow up with me. You continue to provide me support. You continue to check up on me. You're pretty much a friend of my family now, the amount of time that we talk and that you provide me that support. And I can say that for a fact, there isn't a doctor, at least in here, in the United States, that would do what you do. The after surgery, the support you provide after surgery is just amazing, and it makes a whole lot of difference. I actually believe that the support you provided for me after the surgery was more important than during the surgery or before the surgery, because that's the most difficult part, you know, afterwards, when we think that, hey, I'm not losing weight, what do I do? And you were there, you were always there for me, you were always available, you were always made time, you were always there. So I really appreciate that. I don't know how to say more than that. I don't know how to thank you enough for what you did. I do appreciate, and I have no words.
Well, thank you, Thaiza. And that was our promise. Remember, maybe you didn't believe me, but I told you we're going to be there after surgery. Surgery takes 40 minutes, but losing weight takes 18 months. So I promised you to be there after surgery, and that's how we gain trust, by delivering our promises. So yes, we are here for you and for our patients, and I thank you for those kind words as well. So as we say in Nubarics, we give our patients our 100%. And when patients do the same, we don't play, we do 50 and you do 50, we do 100, you do 100. And that's why you are experiencing the best results. Everybody looking at this video can tell that you are a great patient, very committed to your results and to your treatment. So Thaiza, I have nothing else to say, but thank you again for this opportunity. And to everybody watching, we'll see you soon again in an interview, another video, or in our private support group. Until then, take care and keep follow your instructions. See you soon. Bye, Thaiza. Thank you.
Bye, doctor. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.